In our everyday lives, many of us fall into the habit of harsh self-criticism without even realizing it. We replay past mistakes, judge ourselves for perceived shortcomings, or compare ourselves unfavorably to others, often leaving our confidence battered and our motivation diminished. What we may not realize is that this internal dialogue has a profound effect on our mental and emotional well-being. The words we speak to ourselves, even silently, shape our beliefs, behaviors, and ultimately the reality we experience. Inspired by the teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, we can learn that shifting from self-criticism to self-compassion is not only possible, but deeply transformative. Dr. Murphy often emphasized the power of the subconscious mind and the importance of positive, constructive thinking in shaping our lives. By intentionally replacing negative, self-critical thoughts with gentle, encouraging ones, we allow ourselves to grow in confidence, resilience, and emotional stability. This change is not about ignoring mistakes or avoiding responsibility. Rather, it is about acknowledging our imperfections while treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a close friend. For example, instead of saying, "I always mess up," we can gently remind ourselves, "I am learning, and every mistake is an opportunity to improve." This subtle but powerful shift in language creates a new mental environment where self-support replaces self-judgment. Over time, practicing self-compassion strengthens our ability to face challenges with calm and confidence. Dr. Joseph Murphy highlighted that repetition and consistency are key in reprogramming the mind. Engaging in daily exercises, such as affirmations, reflective journaling, or mindful meditation, can reinforce positive inner dialogue. Each time we consciously choose kindness over criticism, we plant a seed that grows into lasting belief in our own abilities. Moreover, self-compassion enhances resilience. Life is inevitably filled with setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But when we approach ourselves with understanding rather than harsh judgment, we are better equipped to recover and continue moving forward. Nurturing self-compassion also fosters emotional balance. Negative self-talk often fuels anxiety, stress, and feelings of inadequacy, whereas a compassionate approach promotes inner peace and a sense of security. When we stop battling ourselves internally and begin offering encouragement, we create a foundation of mental stability that supports personal and professional growth. This transformation is not instantaneous. It requires patience, practice, and persistence, but the rewards are profound. By integrating the wisdom of Dr. Joseph Murphy into daily life, we learn that our thoughts are not just fleeting words. They are powerful tools that can shape the quality of our entire experience. The journey from self-criticism to self-compassion opens doors to greater self-confidence, emotional resilience, and a deeper sense of inner peace, allowing us to live more fully, authentically, and joyfully. Developing self-compassion is a practice that goes far beyond simply saying kind words to ourselves. It involves cultivating a genuine understanding and acceptance of who we are, flaws and all. Many people assume that self-compassion is a sign of weakness or self-indulgence, but in reality, it is one of the strongest foundations for personal growth and mental well-being. Inspired by the teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, we can begin to recognize that the mind is incredibly receptive to the thoughts we feed it, and that by choosing supportive, nurturing thoughts, we reshape our entire experience of life. The first step in this process is awareness, paying attention to the moments when we are self-critical. Often, negative self-talk happens automatically, almost like a reflex, and we barely notice it. By pausing to observe our internal dialogue, we create the opportunity to replace harmful statements with encouraging, constructive ones. For instance, when we catch ourselves thinking, "I'm not good enough," we can reframe it to, "I am capable and learning every day." This isn't merely a feel-good exercise. It is a deliberate act of retraining the subconscious mind, a principle central to Dr. Joseph Murphy's work. As we practice these shifts consistently, our mindset begins to align more closely with self-support rather than self-sabotage. Another critical aspect of self-compassion is patience. Personal transformation does not happen overnight, and it is easy to become discouraged if progress seems slow. By treating ourselves with kindness during setbacks, we maintain motivation instead of allowing negative thoughts to spiral. Dr. Murphy emphasized the importance of persistence and faith in the process of mental reconditioning, teaching that repeated positive thought patterns gradually replace old, destructive habits. In practical terms, self-compassion can be nurtured through daily exercises such as journaling, affirmations, and visualization. Writing down thoughts of self-encouragement or imagining ourselves responding to challenges with grace and confidence reinforces new neural pathways in the brain. Over time, these practices help us react to difficulties with greater resilience and less internal criticism. Furthermore, cultivating self-compassion strengthens our relationships with others. When we are gentle and understanding toward ourselves, we naturally extend that empathy outward, improving communication and connection with those around us. Negative self-talk, on the other hand, often manifests as judgment or frustration toward others, perpetuating cycles of tension and dissatisfaction. By adopting the principles taught by Dr. Joseph Murphy, we not only foster inner peace, but also positively influence the energy we bring into our interactions. Ultimately, self-compassion is a lifestyle, a conscious decision to treat ourselves with respect, patience, and kindness in every situation. It is about understanding that we are human, that mistakes are part of the learning process, and that nurturing our own well-being is essential to thriving in life. The transformation from harsh self-criticism to supportive self-talk is not a simple act of changing words. It is a profound shift in perception, one that enables us to experience life with greater confidence, resilience, and serenity, and to step fully into the potential that Dr. Joseph Murphy encouraged us to embrace. Once we begin to practice self-compassion consistently, we start to notice subtle, yet powerful changes in the way we experience life. Challenges that once felt overwhelming become opportunities for growth, and moments of failure no longer define our self-worth. Inspired by Dr. Joseph Murphy, we learn that the subconscious mind is highly impressionable, and by feeding it thoughts of encouragement and support, we can create lasting transformation. One of the most effective ways to nurture this change is through positive affirmations. By repeating statements such as, "I am worthy of love and respect," or "I have the strength to overcome any challenge," we gradually replace old patterns of self-criticism with empowering beliefs. This is not a superficial exercise. It directly influences how we perceive ourselves and respond to life's difficulties. Another essential element of self-compassion is self-forgiveness. Many people carry the weight of past mistakes, replaying them over and over in their minds and using them as evidence of inadequacy. Dr. Murphy emphasized that forgiveness, both of ourselves and others, is crucial for mental clarity and emotional freedom. When we forgive ourselves, we release the energy spent on guilt and regret, redirecting it toward growth, creativity, and resilience. Visualization techniques can also enhance this process. By imagining ourselves facing challenges with calm confidence and inner strength, we train the mind to respond in the same way in real-life situations. For example, envisioning a difficult conversation or a stressful event while maintaining self-assurance helps to reduce anxiety and reinforces the belief that we are capable of handling life's demands. Beyond mental exercises, cultivating self-compassion involves tangible actions in daily life. Setting healthy boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and speaking to ourselves with kindness are all practical ways to reinforce supportive thinking. Each small act of self-respect sends a message to our subconscious that we are valuable and deserving of care, creating a ripple effect that influences our overall behavior, relationships, and emotional well-being. Importantly, self-compassion does not mean avoiding responsibility or ignoring areas for improvement. Rather, it provides a stable foundation from which real growth can occur. When we stop attacking ourselves, we gain the clarity and energy needed to make positive changes without fear or self-doubt holding us back. Dr. Joseph Murphy often reminded his followers that the mind responds to consistent, repeated impressions, and that a disciplined approach to nurturing positive thoughts can yield remarkable results over time. The journey towards self-compassion also deepens our connection to life itself. We begin to appreciate our strengths, acknowledge our weaknesses without judgment, and approach each day with curiosity and openness instead of fear and criticism. With patience, practice and dedication, we gradually replace the inner critic with an inner guide, a voice that encourages, supports, and celebrates our growth. This transformation is liberating, as it allows us to move through life with confidence, resilience, and inner peace. By embracing the wisdom of Dr. Joseph Murphy and making self-compassion a daily habit, we create the conditions for lasting mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, empowering ourselves to live fully, authentically, and joyfully in every moment.